Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmades.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. So today's project features one of my favorites, the Sheltering Tree stamp set. I love how versatile this stamp set is. You can use this tree literally for any occasion. It's just an awesome stamp set. So I'm featuring this one, and then for my sentiment, I'm actually going to be using the Bunch of Blossoms stamp set. So today I am sharing my August customer thank you cards and gifts. So I've got quite a load of gifts here. So several of you are getting some very fun treats in the mail from me. So a lot of you during the month of August, you earned the Grapefruit Grove ribbon. Some of you earned a free ink pad of your choice. So I've got those here, and several of you earned the faceted dots. And then some of you also earned some of our pearlized doilies. So I've got those wrapped up as well. So lots of goodies to send out. I appreciate you all so very much, and it just makes me feel so good to be able to give back to you all for everything that you do for me. So I've also got my cards here, and I've just got a bunch of varieties to share with you. I made just tons of different versions of this card, but this is the thank you card for everyone who shopped with me during the month of August. So I just used literally like every sheet available in the Wood Textures Designer Series paper, and it was just so much fun, like the variety that you get on the cards using those different backgrounds. And here's some more. I mean, there's just tons. Everyone looks so different depending on the wood texture in the background. And then I combined it with some of the Country Lane Designer Series paper. So this is the mint macaron cotton pattern, and then this one is the crushed curry cotton pattern. And then I stamped the sentiment in Blackberry Bliss, and then added some of our gold metallic thread behind it. Just such pretty cards, and you can see I alternated the color of the trees as well between mint macaron and crushed curry. I just really love how these cards turned out. So today I'm going to share with you how to create them. All right, so I've got my pieces here. I'm just going to take out what we need for the stamping first. So I think I'm going to start by stamping my tree. So I'm going to bring in my piercing mat, and I've just got some computer paper here as some scratch paper because we're going to stamp off a little bit of this piece right here. So I'm going to bring in my early espresso, and then I'm also going to go ahead and bring in my mint macaron. And this piece of Whisper White, this is cut at 2 inches by 3.5 inches. And I've got my tree image here, so I'm just going to ink that up in the early espresso, and then I'm going to line up the left side of the tree with the left side of my piece of cardstock here, so right about there I think. And then I'm just going to stamp it down so you can see some of the tree hangs off the edge a little bit. Okay, that should be good. Perfect. And now I'm going to come in with my little leaves for the tree. And I'm inking these up in mint macaron. And again, this is going to hang off the edge a little bit. I guess these are like blossoms. So just stamp right there. All right, let's see. Perfect, looks great. All right, so now I've got this piece of Whisper White. This is just some scrap Whisper White, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my Blackberry Bliss and stamp that sentiment. Grateful for a friend like you. Love that sentiment. And my Blackberry Bliss does need to be re-inked, so let's see if I can get a good impression here. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll go with that. Then I've got my 1 1/4 inch circle punch here, and I'm just going to punch out the sentiment. All right, so we can go ahead and start assembling this card. So for my card base, I've got a piece of crumb cake cardstock. This is cut at 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and I have scored it at 4.25 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and add on some of that wood texture designer series paper. There's just so many varieties in that pack. It's really great. So just put a little bit of adhesive here. And we will add this on to the front of our card base. Okay, so right there looks good. And then I'll go ahead and add on this little piece, and this piece from that Country Lane designer series paper. This is cut at 2 inches by 4 inches. And I'm just gonna put this about 1 inch from the bottom of the designer series paper. So the wood textures paper. So right about there. Then we can go ahead and add our little tree on. This card is so super easy to put together, and it's so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna line this tree up off to the side here, and I'm just lining it up with the edge of the designer series paper. I guess I'll put it right there. That looks good. All right, so I've got my gold thread here, and I'm just going to put some fast fuse on the back of that sentiment. Take out my gold thread, and let me get my scissors. All right, got my thread. And I'm just gonna wrap it kind of tight around my fingers. About 5 or 6 times is plenty. Snip that off, and then all you wanna do, well, this is how I do it. I've got this nice little loop. I'm just gonna put my finger in there, twist it, and then press it into that adhesive. And then it just has this nice messy look. It's so cute. Love that. And just trim off those little ends. And now I will come in with a couple of dimensionals. Let me show you how that looks up close. See how that looks? Such a pretty little way to add some embellishment to a card. I love that. All right, so we'll take these backings off, and I'm just going to put this right down here, half on the tree, half off. Perfect, give it a press. Okay, and there we go. That finishes up the card. Isn't that super quick? I love this card, love it. All right, so I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's quick and easy tutorial. You can find all of the supplies and measurements for today's project over on my coordinating blog post. I've linked to that post just below the video in the description notes. You can also find a full supply list in the video description with clickable links. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much to everyone who shopped with me during the month of August, and I truly hope you enjoy these cards and gifts as a thank you from me to you. Thanks so much, and I will be back soon with another tutorial. Bye now.